Good day, everyone. Today we're talking about income splitting, how it impacts you, how to save money, and how you can dramatically save taxes in your retirement. I'm Rob Tatro from robtatro.com, head of the Tatro Wealth Advisor Group here at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Brings me great joy to be here today, folks. An exciting topic. And maybe before we get any further, take a second to subscribe to our videos. We put out some great content. You're going to stay in the loop. You're going to know what videos we're putting out, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. So let's get right into it. Income splitting, pension splitting. All right, so you're retired. Let's talk about before you're 65. What can you split before you're 65? So basically, before you're 65, the only pension you can split is a DB, a direct benefit pension. So that's the only thing you can split before you're 65. If you're lucky enough to retire before 65, great news, you can split that income. Now, after 65, you get a ton more flexibility. So let's talk a bit about that. So first of all, registered assets. If you have it in an RRSP, you cannot split it, but you convert it to a RRIF, now it can be split. So that's one great way to split some income, through a RRIF. So a lot of the income can come from a RRIF, so you could split it that way. Let's talk about CPP. So CPP can be split. If you have income coming from the Canadian Pension Plan, it needs to be split. However, you do need to get it split at the source. So you need to call CRA, there's some forms that need to be filled out, and there's a way you can split it. Now, you could split it up to 50%. The rules are a tiny bit complicated depending on how long you've lived with your spouse, but it can be split. It's something you can do. Now, let's talk about registered assets. So you have non-registered assets. So either investments that you've put aside in your life and it's in a non-registered account, the income that's being generated from there. Now, obviously, you're going to want to talk to your accountant about this and about any of this, but generally, that income can be split according to either one spouse or the other. What about rental income? So you own a property, or you own let's say you own a property and it's owned personally, jointly. So you can and you're going to be wanting to split that as well. So that's another thing you can talk to your accountant about doing as well. All right, so you've split your registered assets, you've split your non-registered assets, you've converted it to a RRIF, you've been able to split your CPP. Now, the objective when we're doing this is very important, folks. Why do we want to split income? I had a client come in the other day, $60,000 of income each. So it was Mary and Ted. They had $60,000 of income each. The difference for them, so they had $50,000 each. The difference for them at $100,000 was $8,000 in taxes by not splitting it. $8,000 every single year. Splitting income is critical, and I've seen it so many times with retirees who maybe are being a little nonchalant about their tax filings, or maybe they're trying to do it themselves to save a few dollars. It is critical for you to know the proper way to income split, and I've seen it so many times where it's not done properly. So your income splitting, you're saving tax on $100,000. Even if your income is significantly less, let's call it $60,000, your savings are still $4,000 on $60,000 of income, $4,000, and that's a saving that happens every single year. So you might say income splitting, meh, what does it matter? It does matter. You got to do it the right way. You got to convert that RRSP to a RRIF. You got to take a look at all your income. You got to make sure they're coming from a split source, and then you can actually start saving taxes every single year. Now, there's a whole bunch of other factors that do have to be considered when you're doing this. Best to make sure to talk to your accountant. We're not giving you accounting advice today. We're simply chatting about the best way to income split and what can be income split. We do think this is important. We do think the importance of a financial plan is critical. If you're retired and you don't have a financial plan, that is something that we can do and we'd love to do for you. Take a look at our link below to our webinar, which talks exclusively about retirement planning, and we actually talk about income splitting in there as well. We'd love for you to check that out. Thanks for taking the time today, folks. If you like the content, please give me a like, give me a share, or give me your 2 cents. I'd love to hear what you think about income splitting, and I'd love to hear how you're doing it to improve your tax efficiency. I'm Rob Tatro from robtatro.com, head of the Tatro Wealth Advisor Group. Thanks for tuning in today.